episode number 10 of My Trucking Life. Truth, Trucking, and Tribulations from the Trucker's Table. In our last episode, in episode 9, we left off, I had a big decision to make. I had to decide whether or not to get gastric bypass surgery or to go on TV, a chance at fame and fortune. All right, so I don't think you've ever seen me on TV, have you? Maybe on America's Most Wanted? Probably not. Okay. So I'm pretty sure everybody guessed I did not go the TV route. And I know a lot of people said, dude, you're crazy. If you already got approved for the surgery, go ahead and do the TV. And then if it doesn't work out, you can have the surgery then. Yeah, I could have done that. But you got to understand. I had to see psychiatrists, I had to see doctors, I had nutritionists, I had a lot to do before I could even get approved for the surgery. I went through a lot. And I didn't want to go through all that again. I'd done everything they asked me to do to get approved for the surgery. I got approved. I had the most wonderful doctor and nurse that were taking care of me. They just happened to be a husband and wife, but they still were great people. And I still touch base with them every now and then through Facebook. And they're just the most amazing people. I'm not lying. They really saved my life. I hate to think of what my life would have been like. Because if I'd went on TV, it probably wouldn't have worked. I mean, what's the chances of that actually sticking, you know? I knew if I had the surgery, that's permanent, you know? And I know people gain weight after they have the surgery and lose weight and then gain weight back. And that happened to me. It did. It happened. I went from being over 600 pounds to down around 300 pounds. And then I gained weight back. And that's where I'm at now. I've gained weight back. Not anywhere near 600, but still I've gained some weight back. And I'm working on getting that weight back off. And by having a surgery, it does make it a little bit easier. Because I don't know if there is such thing as a hunger switch that you can turn on and off, but my hunger switch has been off since December 2009 when I had the gastric bypass surgery. I can't remember a time where I ever felt hungry since then. And sometimes I'll go a day without eating, or 2 days, almost 2 days without even eating anything hardly. And this was back when I was home, not on the road, of course. I mean, you're eating more or less out of boredom on the road. But at home with my wife, Teresa, and everything, she'd be like, I'm starving. When did you eat? And I was like, I don't remember. Because I wasn't thinking about it as much, you know. I had other things to do. And so. But anyway, I had the gastric bypass surgery in December 2009. I had some complications, and when it went in, it was supposed to be just a regular little small incision here, small incision there, go in with the tools and do everything. Well, when I was 4 years old, I swallowed a nickel, and the doctors did not know what the hell they were doing. This was in a little small town called Donaldsonville, Georgia. And there was a doctor over there named Charles Walker, and he was an evil man. He cut me 7 ways to Sunday. He cut me up inside so bad looking for that nickel. Sewed it all back up and stuff, of course. And when I went in to do that surgery, this was when I was 4 years old, and I had the surgery when I was 39 years old. 35 years later. My stomach looked like a bomb had went off inside of it. It was so bad. They could not do the surgery the way they were going to do it. They had to cut me from up here all the way down, from the top of where my stomach is up here all the way down below my stomach to go try to get through all that to get in there to do the gastric bypass surgery. So that extended my recovery time by a week and a half, 2 weeks at least. Whereas I could have went right back to work, I was delayed. So I stayed at my mom's, got better, but I did have a little problem. I had to go back, and I kept having trouble where the incision would not heal up completely. So 6 months, 8 months later, the incision still has not healed, you know. And so I went back to, you know, I had been going back in between all this time, normal checkups and everything, and they kept seeing it, and they're like, we don't understand why this is not healing up. So finally, we had to go back in to do the surgery again. Not the actual surgery, but to try to figure out what's causing it not to heal. And what it was the stitches that they had put in me back in 1974 were still in my stomach 35 years later. So they took those stitches out and everything healed up. And I'm thinking, Doc, why didn't you take those out to start with? Anyway, they got all those out. And once it healed up, you know, I had lost, you know, close to 300 pounds. So I had a lot of excessive skin. And so you've probably noticed before, I have a scar right here and everything. And what that is they removed a lot of excessive skin from around my neck and around my chest area and everything, where I had a lot of excessive skin. So I had that done also before I got married, because you want to look good in your tux. So anyway, that changed my life, having that surgery. And I felt more confident about myself. I went out, I bought a vacuum cleaner. I was cleaning my house. I was up moving around doing stuff. I hardly ever watched any TV. I was outside walking around the neighborhood. I was going places, doing things. I was bowling. I was living life, man. I was getting out and I was doing stuff. I went on some dating websites, and I dated a coworker from work. I was getting out. I was doing things again. I was meeting people, dating. I was finally getting a life, you know. Yeah, I'm 40 years old by now, you know, but I finally got a life, you know, and I'm having fun again. The place I was working at down in Lynn Haven had a gym like 30 feet away from my desk. I'd go in early, work out, take a shower, go to my desk, work, you know, do my job, maybe go back in after work and go some more on a treadmill and stuff. I was getting fit. I was doing great. I mean, I wasn't making a lot of money, but I was having a good life for a change. And I don't want to get into politics. I swear to God, I don't. But anyway, 2008 rolls around. Well, I had the surgery in 2009. But let's back up to 2008. The company I work for, Sally Mae, said, look, we need your help. We need you to we're doing this grassroots campaign thing to try to get John McCain elected. Because if President Obama gets elected, he's already said he's going to pass legislation that's going to take away our ability to originate federal student loans and give it back to the government solely. And that's going to put all of you out of a job. So I believed him. I worked on trying to, you know, save our jobs along with a lot of other people I know. But not everybody, I don't think, was on board with that. So anyway, as you know, President Obama got elected in 2008. I had my surgery in 2009. Obamacare, I want to say, got passed, 2010 maybe, somewhere in there. And inside that bill was a bill that said no privately owned company can originate a federal student loan, which was Sally Mae. Thus, they laid off our call center. They laid off, and it wasn't just Sally Mae, it was across the board. All these loan companies, all these guarantors, all these different people that were working in the student loan industry. I think it was estimated well over 35,000 people lost their job. 800 alone at the call center I worked at there in Lynn Haven. So by now I've lost my weight. I'm getting, you know, I'm losing weight. I'm getting in shape. I'm doing great. Hey, you're out of a job. No more free gym. No more health care here, you know. So I have to make a decision. What do I do? You know, do I move to Indianapolis and take a position up there in the private sector, private loan sector part of Sally Mae, which I probably could have done? Or do I go back to truck driving? The only thing I really know other than, you know, something like this. And I think I pretty much made up my mind. I was going to go back to truck driving. I just love it. I've always been a truck driver at heart. So I got back in a truck, called up MSJ. I said, hey, I want to come back out on the road. What do you think? Y'all hire me? Because I got a clean driving record, but I hadn't been in a truck in a couple of years, And I think by now it was over 3 years I hadn't been in a big truck. So they said, I don't know. Because last time they saw me, I was freaking huge. So that's what they're thinking, I said, well, let me come up here and talk to y'all and see what you think. So I got up there and walked in the door, and their jaws just dropped. Robbie? Because they hadn't seen me in over 3-4 years, since I came out the road. And they couldn't believe how much weight I lost and how good I looked and everything. And they're like, yeah, man, come on back. I was like, I haven't been driving in a few years. I don't worry about it, And so they put me back in a truck and got rolling again, And started driving, enjoying it. But I was doing it, and I wasn't worried about making money. I wasn't worried about how many miles I got. I wasn't worried about any of that stuff. All I was worried about was what cities I was going to. I want to get this load going to Dallas because I want to go to a Cowboys game. I took this load up to Atlanta during the Peach Bowl because I went to the Peach Bowl to see the Florida State Seminoles beat South Carolina Gamecocks. I was just having fun, man. I was going to this game. I go to that game. I get home and go to FSU games with my buddy Frank. I mean, I was just having fun, man. I was enjoying life. I'd been on the dating site, a website called Plenty of Fish, and I met some women. It didn't work out with the first 2 or 3. I mean, a couple of them were nut jobs. I don't want to get into details about what all happened, but I was getting frustrated as heck. So I didn't know what to do. I'm having fun, enjoying my life, but I want to meet somebody. I want to get married, I'm just 41 years old. Let's see. Actually, I'm 40, fixing to turn 41. And when I think I might have met the right one. I'm not sure. We'll see how it works out. Anyway, that's how I got back to trucking from not being in trucking, thanks to President Obama. Thank you for putting me back in a truck, President. I appreciate it. No pun intended. And I hope I didn't offend anybody with the politics. Everything I told you was 100% true. I did not make any of it up. It's actually what happened. Okay? I swear to God, it's actually what happened. If you don't believe me, go back and Google search it. 800 people lost their job in Lynn Haven, Florida, at the call center I worked at. And it was because of that bill where no privately owned company can originate student loan. That's a fact. So anyway, we're going to end this episode here. We'll pick up episode 11. Find out about maybe me buying my first truck ever, finally. And what else is going on in Triple T's personal life? That's getting spicy. So anyway, I hope y'all come back for episode 11. I'm really enjoying the series. I'm having a lot of fun talking about all this. It's finally good to be able to finally get it out there and talk about it and share it with everybody else. It's kind of a crazy start from when I was 16, with my first driving job with my uncle till, I'm 41 years old and I buy my first truck, It's just such a long stretch in the history of everything that happened to me during that period of time. And it feels good to be able to talk about it and share the experience with all of you guys. And I really appreciate it. And thank y'all for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. I've been getting the most wonderful comments from people, and I really appreciate every one of them. I really do. And I love hearing your stories that you tell me about stuff that's happened to you. So feel free to share, email me, leave comments, whatever you want to do. You can always find my email address, social media addresses and stuff for different social media stuff in the description below. So feel free, contact me anytime. I always love talking to new people. And if you know somebody that's not subscribed, see if you can get them to subscribe. We're right at 500 subscribers now almost. So We really appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you so much. I really do. And I hope y'all stay safe. And we'll talk to you again soon.